Hello developers, today I want to talk about why front-end themes are crucial for new software developers. If you don't know who I am, welcome to the TechRally channel where I talk about coding, life as a developer, and topics to help aspiring developers break into this space. If these topics are something that you'd be interested in, I highly recommend you to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date to whenever I do post. So the first question you might ask is, what the heck are front-end themes? If you remember back in the 90s, websites did not look as pretty as it does today. Right now, you can actually go see the old Space Jam website with its old layouts and views. It's pretty crazy how far websites have come to be more visually aesthetic and pleasing to the eyes of the consumer. The bar has been raised to what the consumer expects to see, and that's why as software developers, we need to make sure our portfolio stands out and looks clean. When you're first learning how to code, a lot of people, even myself, recommend you learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a front-end framework like React. At a high level, that's a really good plan, but when you start building out your website and application, you're gonna notice that your website kind of looks a bit ugly. The reality is if you're just starting off at your current level, becoming a CSS expert is not a high priority, and you're not going to come up with your own designs and layouts, and that's very, very difficult. That's why a lot of experienced developers advise you to use a front-end style library like Bootstrap, Material UI, or Semantic UI. A front-end UI style library is different from React or Angular in that it focuses on the visualizations of your applications related to buttons, nav bars, forms, and much, much more. This is a great starting point when you first want to build your application. You don't have to worry about styling your buttons, making it look pretty, and it will just help you prioritize building your application. There is one big problem with these libraries and how new developers use them. The major problem that I see with new developers is that they don't customize the default color schemes that these style theme libraries provide. If your website looks like everybody else's because you use the same default colors, it won't stand out from the pack. There needs to be some type of customizations, whether it's a dark mode, tropical colors, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that the default theme that comes out of the box should not be used. So am I suggesting you to stop learning how to code, learn about color theory, and create your own color schema?
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no.
Actually, no, not at all. And this is where the front-end theme style libraries really kick in. The front-end themes are color customizations that are done by others to help your website look a little bit more unique. There's so many different types of themes that some of them you could actually pay for, but more importantly, there are free ones as well. Bootstrap is a very popular front-end framework, so I'm going to go over this one as an example, but there are other libraries that also have custom themes applied to it. So do your own research and figure out what kind of front-end style library that you like and make your decisions accordingly. I found this website called Bootswatch.com that builds custom themes around the Bootstrap library, and I'll provide you with a link below. As you can see, there is a default theme out of the box. These are the color schemes that Bootstrap will give you, and trust me when I say this, I've seen this primary blue color so many times in my life. It's not unique, and I will never use this color ever, 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 ever. You can see that with Bootstrap, you're going to have a lot of beautiful components out of the box. Typography, buttons, forms, progress bars, you name it. It is super nice. That's great and all, but to a normal user or even a recruiter who's looking at multiple websites a day, using this color scheme will make your application look like every other app. So what do we need to do to make our website look more unique? This is when Bootswatch kicks in. Now let's look at what themes Bootswatch provides. There's so many selections like Cyborg, Darkly, Journal, Minty. I don't know how they came up with these names, but you can tell right off the bat that each theme is very unique on its own. I'm going to select Minty and see what it looks like. Comparing the default to the Minty theme, you can see that the primary button went from a blue to a green minty color. The secondary success, warning buttons are also unique under this theme. Right now, we associate that default blue color to Bootstrap. And as much as I disagree with people saying using Bootstrap makes you a noob developer, the reality is that new developers do tend to not make customizations on Bootstrap. But instead of going down this rabbit hole of making your own buttons and creating unique customizations, just integrate a theme with Bootstrap. That way it doesn't feel like every other website, but you're going to make your website look a little bit more unique. But instead of trying to go down this rabbit hole of making your own buttons with unique customizations, integrate a theme with Bootstrap. That way it doesn't feel and look like every other website that uses the normal defaults. You might be already feeling overwhelmed learning JavaScript and other aspects of coding, that it might be best as a new developer to take advantage of these themes so you could prioritize what else is more important. Being a developer doesn't mean you're a natural designer. That's why companies, they hire UX and UI designers to think about these things. Even at work as a front-end developer, my job isn't to think about these themes and colors. That's what the UX UI designer is thinking about, and they come up with the color schemes for our product. Since you're more likely not going to have the luxury of having designers when working on your projects, why not go ahead with a theme? If you're familiar with React, I created a GitHub boilerplate and repo integrating Bootstrap with Bootswatch. This is the bare minimum amount of code needed to implement the theme, so take a look before you start your own project. Personally, I wish I knew about this and had some insight about this before I first started building out projects, so I hope that this is helpful for you. If you found this advice useful, please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps out a small channel like mine, and I think we're really close to 800 subscribers, which is insane to me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay. Scar. Yeah. Okay, now good. Now look, that's good. Be on the track.